Hi and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are out in Tor Bay again, and this time we are just off Fishcombe in the background, just outside of Brixham Marina, and we are on a 2011 Beneteau GT38. Great boat, hard top, fitted with Volvos, and it's also got the joystick, very nicely presented down below. So stay with us and we'll take you on a tour of this boat. So we've come back in, as you've just seen, obviously the running shots of the boat going along. We really like this boat. I think it's got a lot going for it. It's a good sized boat, nice for you to handle for two of you, but also it's got loads of accommodation and a great cockpit space. So we're now back alongside in Brixham. I'm stood on the bathing platform, as you can see, which is a nice size, and it's covered in teak deck all round. You've got obviously your access with your shore power here, really nice canopy, which we'll show you in a second when we go inside, actually extends. So when you're all sat around there, you know, maybe on an evening or just chilling out, you've still got good space with the canopy on. It doesn't hit the back of your head, so that is a nice feature. One quick thing to show you before we go inside: you have got obviously your working decks, both port and starboard, that are actually a really good size. So with this canopy off, you've got grab handle here, which I obviously can't show you at the moment because although it's June, it is about to rain. So we'll do this bit very quickly. You've got a nice grab handle here, which slowly brings you into your pulpit rail, and that's a good size here. And you can walk up both decks, which will bring you to the sun lounger and the anchor locker here in the bow. So yeah, I think that's, you know, quite important when you are considering your next boat. It's all well and good having a good driving position, but there is, you know, your crew, whether that be your wife or husband perhaps, you do have to consider that as an option for doing the fenders and lines, for going into different marinas or unknown moorings, etc. So yeah, with that, Nathan will follow me now and we'll go into the cockpit and we'll show you that space. But as you can see, I'm easily walking down the deck, and if this canopy was off on a brighter day, you'd have good handle. But even with the canopy on, it's not too bad at all. And you've obviously got this handle here if you're in and out of the water, perhaps obviously at anchor. You've got to have a boarding ladder here, grab handle there, and one there. So as we step into the cockpit, the teak does continue throughout. And you've got this huge U-shaped sofa on the port side, which I reckon you could get at least 8 of you around there, as well as this lovely chaise longue on the starboard side, which will double up as a bench. As well as that, this does fold over, and this table will drop down. And as you can see here, we've got the 2 infill cushions, which will give you a nice sunbed with obviously the sunlight with the canopy off, but still a bit of shade from this lovely hard top above my head. Got a light here for underwater lights, which is a nice feature. So especially at night, get the fish come up, and you've got this handy little space here, which is very nice. So just under this table is the engine room, which we'll go down there a little bit later and show you that, and you can have we'll have a good look round in there and have a little bit of a chat about what's down there. And then that brings us forward to the helm, which is a nice seating position. A little bit unusual, I quite like it. You're centre to the boat, you've got good visibility, and it is worth mentioning that one piece of windscreen. So you've got nothing blocking your view whatsoever, great view out, and you can obviously look both starboard and port, windows down either side. So if you do need to speak to the crew, they can hear you through this, but a good all round really. Worth noting, boat is on a joystick drive. So you've got the Volvo Penta joystick system, makes things nice and easy to handle. You have 2 buttons here, so obviously joystick mode and then high mode. So if it's a little bit more windy or you've got tide to deal with perhaps, this will come in very handy for you. But for those who like to drive the boat in a traditional way, say if you're used to shaft drive, etc., you still can do this on the throttles. Which brings us over, and we've got nice chart plotter here, so a Raymarine C90. I'm quite a fan of the chart plotters of this era. I know now everyone's going touchscreen, or you know, for the last 5-6 years definitely, but this is a nice plotter. Also got radar, we've got our VHF here, all our instruments, all our dials, so we've got fuel, voltage, obviously temperatures, oil pressure, and then obviously our rev gauges, and we are running on around just over 400 hours on this boat, so relatively low use for its age, and the condition is nice. And What I do like about this boat, especially for UK boating, she is a hardtop. So at a click of a button, we can open this roof right up, let all the sunlight in. Hopefully we'll get this open and closed before the heavens do open, which actually might show you why a hardtop in the UK is definitely the way forward. So as you can see, with that roof now fully back, all that natural light just let into the cockpit. Really nice. If you're cruising along, you've got nice airflow through there. And then should it rain, which is just about to, click of a button, the roof will close and you're back fully in the dry. So before I take the camera from Nathan, I will just show you the wet bar in the cockpit, because especially on a boat like this, you're going to spend majority of your time in this area. I would say 80%. You'll go, I mean, down below is lovely, but you're going down below literally to sleep, maybe get more refreshments at the galley, or obviously use the heads. So we've got a really nice sink sat in here, really nice barbecue. As you can tell, it's in very good condition. I'd be inclined to say that has been very lightly used, if not used at all, but it certainly looks brand new. And then under here we got a nice storage, nice sort of fridge, sorry, a couple of Stellas there ready for a day out on the water, and a little freezer drawer. And then in here we've obviously got one portable fire extinguisher and further storage. So that makes a great sociable cockpit for those days out on the water, or especially a place to relax when you are coming alongside for the evening and perhaps starting to wind down. And then obviously 2 seats at the helm and a further co-pilot station as well. So with that, I'm going to take the camera from Nathan now and go downstairs and show you the accommodation on this boat. We'll do the accommodation, stay with us, and then we'll take a look in the engine room. So nice set of stairs to walk down. Come into this nice saloon here. This boat is all finished off in this nice veneer. Beneteau, you've got plenty of storage on the port side. Nice U-shaped seating there with a table which does drop down, so I imagine somewhere on board there is an infill, and that will make that a third cabin if required. But here is your control panel on the left hand side. Now obviously we'll take a look, but this boat does have a generator. It also has aircon, which is a nice feature, especially with the hotter days we're seeming to get this time of year. You've obviously got all your engine switches here, and then your AC power to show you everything's on. And then obviously your domestic battery here, so this will tell you how many volts are on the battery, etc. as you go through the system, and including fuel. So yeah, we're now going on to fuel, or maybe the next one needs to be on. So tanks, lighting, etc. So all nice and easy to hand. Starboard side, we've got a nice sized galley. I'll just close this door. So we got a 2 gas burner hob. Underneath we'll have a bigger fridge, which will be nicely complement that cockpit fridge. Never 2 more cans of Stella. That's 4 so far. Let's see if we find any more. Got a nice sink here with a little drain board, TV, which is well positioned, so if you were sat down here at night, you can sit there quite cosily and watch the TV. Drawer here with your cutlery. This one should be storage with access to your sort of plumbing and bins. So yeah, everything underneath there. And then plenty of storage here. Oh, this does come up with a catch, I believe. Well, maybe we'll leave that one because I'm not sure how that comes up. I don't want to break it as it's not our boat. I'll just try it one more time. Oh, it does. It just wanted a little bit of persuading, and there is a microwave oven. So yeah, everything you would need for a nice weekend or week on board. And we'll close that down. Job done. So moving forward, obviously the boat is carpeted throughout as well in this nice cream finish, really nice and modern. You've got the master cabin, which has got this lovely big double bed, whole windows there, and a skylight as well, which is not covered by the sun pad cushion on the forward there, so that's nice. So you still get natural light even when that's on board. Port side, you've got this good sized hanging space there, shelves, you can see lots of storage in there. And then starboard side, that is repeated. And there's your hanging locker rubber. And then also underneath we've got drawers, so 4 drawers there, plenty of storage all around, heating outlet, so you can really use this boat all year round. And then in here we will have your heads. come wet room. So you've got a nice toilet there, shower, huge space that actually drops down. So you've got, I mean, I'm around 5'10" at a push, and you've got that shower. So even you know, if you're 6 foot plus, you still have plenty of room in here. Operated there, sink, storage underneath the sink, and then all your shelves and curtain around for the shower. Which then this brings us on to the midships cabin, which will be classed as the guest cabin on this boat. But I actually think it's a huge space. I'm sure you could get an infill for this, but with that you've got 2 singles there, potentially a big double, plenty of storage all round. And even though it's lower down and you can only really stand up as you first walk in here, it doesn't feel claustrophobic at all. It's a really good size. You've got a huge storage cupboard here, obviously window over here with a little port in it, so you can open it for a bit of airflow, and obviously one up there into the cockpit and on the port side as well. Nice reading lights. Again, here is your obviously heating outlet, and sorry, it's here, and you've got little access here. Let's have a look what's in there. I think it might just be, I'm not sure this will be storage, but it might actually be access to all your fuses in. Oh no, so you can use that as a storage, but just to give you an idea, there's all your heating pipes running through, and then access to wires and stuff. So any sort of general maintenance that needs to be done, you can access all that. So yeah, I mean, I hope you can see in this video, this boat is very, very well kept. All the woodwork's in good shape, the carpets are in nice order, linings are all in nice shape. It's a really, really good boat, especially if you're perhaps a family, you're growing, etc., and you're looking to maybe a first boat or even upgrade the current boat. It's definitely a nice size which can be handled. So with that, we will now go down into the engine room, and we'll show you then. So we've got the engine hatch open. Obviously we've just been out, as you can see at the start of the video, with the drone footage. So it's a little bit warm down here, as you would expect. But the boat is fitted with twin D4 300s, Volvo Penta, obviously on out drives, and you've got that joystick option that we've seen in the Helm earlier. But you can have a good look round, really nice, tidy, clean engine room. You can certainly get down here and do your sort of daily checks before you go out, etc. And then we've obviously here, we've got the generator, as we mentioned, and then all your sort of master volt batteries here. And you can see that's obviously your water intake there for the generator. So should you have a blockage, you can see that and hopefully clear that quite easily in the unlikely event that happens. But yeah, really nice use of space, and certainly an engine room that's nice and easy to work on as required. So that's the end of the tour. We hope you enjoyed it and had a good look round. This is a great boat, it's a good model, it's a really good size. As I say, if you're looking for your first boat, this is definitely a consideration, or perhaps you're upgrading, the family's getting bigger. So this is definitely a boat to consider. If you want any more information, the link is in the box below, so please do click on that. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe, we've got plenty more videos coming and what we're getting up to. So yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.